Hello, everyone. I hope that you're enjoying this virtual youth summit. First of all, happy International Youth Day. So in today's panel, we're going to talk about all the different opportunities that we have for you at Global Changemakers. Let me remind you that this session is going to be in original audio for English, pero en caso que quieran activar la traducción al español, es solamente dar clic en el fondo derecho de su pantalla y seleccionar ese idioma. Muchísimas gracias a Sara Botero, que está haciendo la traducción en español. Bem-vindos. Para ativar a tradução para português, é só dar clique na tela e selecionar português. Ficamos muito obrigados com a Jasmine, que está fazendo a tradução simultânea para a língua portuguesa. So, without further ado, welcome to you all. I hope that you have been enjoying this summit. And in this panel, we're going to talk more about the different programs that we have for you at Global Changemakers in order to help you in your journey to work for a better world. So let us get started. What is our mission? Our mission is to support youth to create positive change towards more inclusive, fair, and sustainable communities. And a little bit of the impact that Global Changemakers has had. We've been existing for 13 years. And since then, we have been present in 186 countries. We have supported more than 400, actually it's 420 right now, projects that are youth-led, which have collectively impacted more than 8 million people. And how do we do all of this? We offer skills development, capacity building, mentoring, grants, and international networking. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our programs. We have training events, we have toolkits, we have webinars, we have a podcast, we have GCMx, we have the Mentorship Program, Changemakers School, and our grants program. So let us start by the very beginning. Global Changemakers first started doing events, and we have organized to date 11 global youth summits, 4 regional summits, and many, many other trainings in local communities. As you all are painfully aware of, because of the pandemic, we haven't been able to organize in-person events since 2019. And we're very much looking forward to do this in the future, hopefully when the situation worldwide comes down a little bit. But in order to find out about this, I really, really encourage you to subscribe to our newsletter, follow us on social media, and this is the best way to find out whenever we have any openings or any opportunities in store for you. And one of our flagship programs, the Mentorship Program, which you've heard through some of our panelists who have gone through this process, is aimed for young people who are between 15 to 22-year-olds that want to fulfill their potential and become change makers. This program really guides you through 12 weeks, which goes through a really thorough process from knowing yourself, empathizing, creating, managing your resources, and having resilience persist in your journey. The people that apply for this program and that are accepted to it are assigned to a mentor who is a member of the Global Changemakers community and has had the opportunity and the experience of running an initiative of their own. So I very much encourage you that if you are in the process of thinking, I want to do something, but I don't necessarily know how to, or I need to bounce ideas with someone that has this experience, by all means, enroll in this program. We have applications running a couple of times during the year. Again, if you want to be notified about this, the best way to do this is to subscribe to our newsletter and follow us on the social media channels that we have available. But we also offer tools and webinars online. Our tools are downloadable. They are available in 8 languages, and they are meant to help you to do your own work or with your own team. They have working sheets, they have videos, and they're really, really complete. We have toolkits on project management, on fundraising, on social media for change making, and most recently we have a toolkit in design thinking and one on monitoring and evaluation. So go to our website, download them, use them. They have been downloaded more than 10,000 times and used by countless organizations, international organizations, to use in the training of young people who are interested in this space of bringing change to communities. We also offer webinars, which are free online lessons by change makers and experts who are connected to our network. These experts and change makers are from all over the world, offering all sorts of skills and sharing their knowledge for you to learn these things in order to make more impact in the work that you are developing. And we have a podcast. I think one of the things that is often very necessary when you're thinking, how do I do this? Or how do I tackle an issue in my community, is to have inspiration and to hear that some people have done it. And our podcast is precisely doing that. We interview change makers and young people from all over the world doing all sorts of projects, all sorts of initiatives that are bringing an impact to their communities. We're now on our 3rd season of the Changemakers podcast, and you can listen to it using any of the broadcasting podcast platforms that you use. The only thing you need to do is to subscribe. And this year, we are very proud of being able to introduce episodes in Spanish. So hopefully we'll do that in Portuguese very soon. But for the time being, by all means, if you are a podcast listener, check this out. This podcast has been incredibly successful. We're very proud to say that Discovery Education has it featured as one of the learning elements that they offer for some teachers in the US and the UK. So check it out. I'm sure you won't regret it, and that you will learn a lot from the change makers that have been featured in this podcast. But what if you want to go a step further and do a training event in your community or in your university or in your school or with your friends? For this, we have GCMx. GCMx is a process where anyone who's interested in running one of these events can apply to get a license from us. And if you get accepted to do this, you will get all the materials you need, the know-how, and the support from the Global Changemakers team to implement the GCM methodology in training young people who are around you. So if you're interested to do this, all you need to do is go to our website, check out the requirements, and apply for this. I very much encourage you to do that. I think if you've been listening to the Virtual Youth Summit and our panelists, a couple of them have run these events and they have had a lot of success and really, really positive feedback. And Changemakers School. Let me go back a little bit to when I was talking about our training events. Not only the pandemic, but also the fact that for training events, we only had a very limited number of spots available for people to attend. We used to have 60 young people attending the summits, but many people couldn't attend. We couldn't bring everyone that applied. And in the last 4 or 5 events that we run, we had over 4,000 applicants competing for this 60 spots. So we took a step back and thought, okay, what can we do in order to increase our reach and to reach more young people that are interested in learning change makers skills? So this is the reason why we thought about opening an online school, which is now available, and offering many courses. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is actually the most recent and the only one that is available for free. And it's on menstruation, sexual and reproductive health. And this may sound very clinical, but we have a Changemakers approach to it. The reason why we decided to do this, this course was not only to inform about this subject from a medical and science-based perspective, but also all from a youth perspective. All the teachers are members of the network, are Changemakers themselves, that are coming from different angles. Some of them are psychologists, psychiatrists, doctors, but also activists that are working on these issues. And why these issues? Well, a large amount of the global population doesn't have access, reliable and science-based access on these subjects. And this has many, many implications, both economical and on education. And these two factors actually have a very strong impact in communities and the development of every country. So this is the reason why we decided to launch this course. It talks about the menstrual cycle and PMS, anatomy, psychological perspectives, fertility, contraception, but also very, very important issues for young people today, like consent, rape, sexual abuse, and gender identity. And in this course, we tried to go one step further in not only informing young people about these issues, but also asking them to become advocates for this cause. Because as mentioned before, this is one of the leading reasons for many people not to be able to thrive as humans. So check it out. As said, it is completely free. So all the lessons are downloadable. You can use the videos to run your own trainings. It is an amazing course, available in English right now. Hopefully we'll be able to offer it in other languages soon. And the next course that I want to talk to you about is facilitation. So facilitation is something that is very hard to learn unless you find courses like this that really target what you need to know in order to lead teams, in order to run training events. We often find that many members of our network ask us, oh, can you share that energizer that you used at the summit? Or how can I work with my team? Or how do I address the situation where I have a group of people and only one is speaking and there's a lot of people that are not participating? All of these issues and all of these things can be learned, and the facilitation tools for Changemakers is the perfect place to do that. We have over 40 downloadable icebreakers and energizers and team building exercises that you will be able to get both on a video version and on a written version that you can have on your cell phone, and that you will be able to download in case you're not connected to Wi-Fi at the moment you're running your event. So it also offers tips and best practices on facilitation, and is mobile friendly, as I mentioned. And once you get this course, you will have 24/7 unlimited access to it for a lifetime. The next one is project management for Changemakers. And again, if you have been following the Virtual Youth Summit and heard some of our panelists, you'll know that a couple of them were students of the project management for Changemakers course. This course is taught by members from our community, all Changemakers that have experience in the different subjects that we go through in project management. You will learn every aspect that you will need to know in order to run a successful project. It also has complementary materials on all the lessons. All lessons have also practical activities that you can implement to further your knowledge. The teachers are from 15 countries, and we offer also the possibility for you to connect to the teachers in case you have questions or in case you want to go further on a particular subject. You will be able to get in touch with them and ask those. And the best part of it is that graduates from the program, from the course, will be able to apply for funding to implement their own initiative. And that was precisely the case of some of our panelists. You heard Maria, you heard Charles, you heard Sophia. All of them got grants to start their projects through this course. Which leads me to grants for youth-led projects. One of the things that we're really proud of at Global Changemakers is that we were perhaps the first, and if not the first, one of the first organizations to offer this possibility for young people to apply for funding to implement their ideas. Our approach is to train and support and trust young people to come up to solutions to problems that are affecting them or that are worrying them. And as mentioned at the very beginning of my presentation, to date, we have released more than 420 grants. And the way to access to this possibility is either to have been selected and attend one of our training events, or the online version, which is enrolling and completing successfully the project management course. I see that there are some questions on the queue on the chat box. I'm going to address those at the end. By all means, if anyone has any question, just go to the chat box and type them. And we'll have a little bit of time to respond those at the end of this presentation. And we also have a volunteers program. So let us say you probably don't have the time or don't know exactly whether you can implement a project right now, but you still want to get engaged. The volunteers program is the perfect space to do so. We offer a volunteering experience in blog editing, in social media, outreach, in networking, and in translation. So if you're interested in getting in touch with us and involved in this program, by all means, again, you just need to contact us. We have applications for this, and you'll get to work closely with members of the Global Changemakers team and with the network of volunteers worldwide, which is, as we have mentioned before, a fantastic group of people who, like you, are interested in bringing about change, regardless how much time that actually takes. And the last one, and probably one question that is in your minds, how do I get involved? Well, there are many ways. I mean, the easiest is obviously to connect with us by following us on social media, by subscribing to our newsletter, and finding through this what opportunities we have. We're constantly reinventing ourselves, coming up with different programs. So this is the best way to be notified of what's going on at Global Changemakers. Use our resources. They are really, I mean, it sounds a little bit weird coming from me, but believe me, I have been in this space for many, many years, and I know stories of many change makers that have used the toolkits to design their project to great success, and many organizations that have used them to train the young people in their networks. So by all means, go to our website, download our toolkits, and use them in order to implement these changes. Also, check out our webinars. As said, we have all sorts of subjects that are related to how to bring about positive change, whether it comes from self-doubt to very practical skills like monitoring and evaluation. Everything and anything that you can think of is probably already covered on our webinars. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and check them out. They're also for free. And we have a couple of webinars in different languages. And if you want to go really deep into change making, I really recommend you to enroll to Changemakers School. We have some scholarships available, but the courses are in principle paid for, but they are really, really subsidized. They're super, super affordable, and they are really worth it. As mentioned, we have menstruation, sexual and reproductive health, which is actually for free, but we also have project management and fundraising. These two are available in other languages, so check them out. And we're also working on the translations of those courses that we don't have already in those languages, and new courses are also coming our way. So by all means, stay tuned. And there's also the opportunity of applying to our programs. So if you feel that you would like to talk to someone that has gone through the journey of being a change maker, enroll to our mentorship program. If you are working with groups and you think that the GCM methodology is something that they can really use, apply to be a host at GCMx. And yeah, as mentioned before, stay tuned, follow us. We are very aware of the fact that you probably receive 1,000 emails every day, but we are very careful in not spamming people and only emailing you when we actually have something important to say. So don't be afraid of enrolling and subscribing to our different channels. I see that there are a couple of questions, so we'll have some time now. I just want to close with, you can always get in touch with us through our social media channels or our info account, which is an email where you can just directly write to us. Please, by all means, if you have been participating in this event, let us know what your experience has been. Tag us, use the hashtag VYS 2021, and share with us anything and any comments, any suggestions that you have for us at Global Changemakers. We're always very happy to hear from you. So let us open the Q&A. And I have been asked whether we can share this presentation. Yes, we can. We'll make sure to make it available, whether on the, most likely on the LinkedIn, sorry, on the Telegram groups. So we'll do that. Any other questions? Cool. Well, it seems that everything is more or less clear, but as said, if at any point you have any questions, do not hesitate in reaching out to us. Let us know what your experience has been. And let me remind you that for the English speakers, we still have the Looking Ahead panel. We still have one more panel, plus a well-being session that will take place afterwards. For Spanish and Portuguese, we have networking and skill building sessions coming up. So check them out. The team has been incredibly active in the Telegram group, in case, just to send you reminders. We'll continue to do that. And thank you so very much. Indeed, the Looking Ahead panel is going to be translated to Spanish and Portuguese. Thank you so much. And that's it from me. Hope to see you soon.